Hello. Um, yes, we are live here. I'm just going to make the transition. There we are. Hello. Hello all and welcome to this first time I've done this. It's a Rugby League live stream for the Indigenous All Stars versus New Zealand Maori match. It's going to be pretty interesting to see what can actually happen from this. Camera is a bit laggy. I was set to actually buy an actual like light ring light, so we could actually make it like somewhat the quality not shit. So we'll just have to bear in mind for this one, and then the next streams should be all good. But yeah, we're here for the Indigenous All Stars match. It's gonna be very interesting to see what could actually pan out from this. You got like a fair amount of players. Obviously, the New Zealand Maori team did get fairly significantly impacted from the Melbourne lockdown. The Bromwich brothers aren't playing for the Maoris. It's gonna be interesting to see what actually does come out of it. And to explain the headsets, so basically what happened is basically this bit here. There's a signal bit here which is snapped off. So basically, when I put them on, it basically looks floppy. So yeah, I kind of have to deal with this at this point. So yeah, just another cheeky reminder: the NRL are very, very not lenient in terms of using game footage. So yeah, that will happening. So there's no footage. So I believe it's on Channel 9, it's on KO, it's on Foxtel. It should be all covered really. So you don't have to like get old mates like live stream to get booted up or anything. So we still got a bit of time actually, just getting this updated. We've still got about like 12 minutes or so till kickoff. So, yeah. Just gonna have a look at the lineup actually, because to be completely honest, one of the few people that I do is Russell Packer playing, because I saw a Packer. Just checking if they have the field out. They should. It was announced. Okay, for the Maori, Packer. Is it Russell Packer? It is Russell Packer. Holy shit! Blast from the past. So for the Indigenous All Stars at fullback, you got Latrell Mitchell. The two centers are Ramian and Whiten. The wingers are Johnston and Ferguson. Walker's a halfback. Fogarty's Walker's the 5'8". He just knows how. Comment. Fogarty at the 7. And you got Cotter, Fafita and Kerr up front. Fuamano, Fafita and Peachy. Another bunch you got Thompson, Tanner Brown, Cust, Chris Smith, Sadler, Curran and Kelly. And for the Zealand Maori, or what the people that are talking about this saying Maori, they're trying to nail the pronunciation. You got Nicole Klokstad at fullback. You got Herbert and Watin Zelezniak on the wings. You got Manu and Walker as the centres. Luai as half 5'8", and Benji Marshall as halfback. Fisher, Harris, Marshall, King and Packer up front. You got Riki and Nikora and Tapine fielding out the rest of the team. Then you got Isaac Luke. Oh. Wait, is he at Brisbane now? Apparently so. Because I'm looking at Isaac Luke and it says he's playing for Brisbane. Very interesting. You got Perry, Musgrove, Topine, Masters, Greg and Asai fielding out the team. And I will say though, there is actually another game going on. There is a pre-season match. If I can just bring this up here. I think the Roosters are playing. Yeah, so currently at the moment, it is the 64th minute and it's 22-18 to the Roosters over the West Tigers. It's a bit interesting how they have an NRL trial right on when there is the Indigenous All Stars match. Checking that everything is ready. We've still got about 10 minutes really. So basically for this actual tag thing, I have to hover my mouse over Google Chrome, so when I have to move it off, it will stop like I just did there. So just checking everything is all working smoothly. It is. No, that's not what I. That is not what I wanted. Yep. There we are. Okay. Trying to see if any other. Is there any other news really? Because we've still got about 10 minutes. So basically, they're going to have the teams come out and they're going to do their war dances, or they're singing the anthem. Who knows? Probably, maybe not. Maybe for New Zealand, maybe. But who knows? As both teams are set to come out here soon. Also, we'll need to say the weather in Queensland is very bad. It is pissing down raining at the moment. So it was kind of like that earlier today, but now we are here anyways. I would like to see an Indigenous match, like the All-Star match, being played in New Zealand. Or even making it like a pre-season series, like... kind of like an origin kind of thing, really. I believe the New Zealand's are coming out. They got two kids blowing some shell horns. Yep, here they come. Here come the Maoris. Yeah, they're all really going on saying the Maoris. It looks like the weather's somewhat cleared. Oh, it's still a bit rainy, but it has cleared away to a very significant point. And here we go, the Indigenous All Stars coming out now. Very good crowd looking here in Queensland. Pretty much ceremony. Very much Prussian's going to be played here at the moment. Very interesting there. They did a... I feel like... So the war cry's about to come. They did a... They actually did a moment silence for the stolen generation and for people who have passed on, which is very interesting to do. So basically now it's just the war cries now, and then sooner or later it will be the game to start. Wow. I'm trying to be as completely as quiet as possible during the of the Huckers. That was Isaac Luke always gets very fired up for the war cries. He's always the leader of the New Zealand Huckers. Now they're going to be doing the Wow. So, John Isaac, is the game start already? No, they just did the war cries for the match. For the matchup. So this is getting ready for this is going to be a very intensive matchup here. Dang, it's a full crowd tonight. Yeah, it's a very, very good looking crowd here for this matchup. Especially for the case with the weather, because I was watching the final 2 quarters of the women's match, and it was bucketing down. So it's good to see that the weather has cleared out. I wouldn't even mind this thing actually becoming a series. Like, honestly, like an Origin, like even a preseason series. Like, I think it'd be really good. These Huckers just define how extreme this match is going to be. 100%. This is because we all talk about how rugby league is more than a game, but in games especially like this, it is 100%. It truly is a clash of cultures. It's representing the Indigenous people of both nations. It's gonna be interesting to see what will happen. I believe this is only the second rendition of this All Stars match being Indigenous versus the Maoris. And the Maoris won last year. It's going to be very interesting to see what will happen here. Probably this is a proper first competitive match of the NRL season here. We are just away from kickoff, and we're underway here. Kickoff has just happened. And it's going to be 20-minute quarters. I've just realised I was about to ask that, so it's quarters, not halves. I'm currently watching the Fox broadcast with Andrew Voss. He's probably the best on-form commentator here at the moment in the rugby league. Oh, it's a good tackle there by Blake Ferguson. It's the third tackle here. The Maoris are on the 35 of their own half. Oh, he was held there. Last tackle here, right on the 40-yard line, a yard meter. And Marshall with the kick, and it's taking a bounce, and there's a kick there. And Latrell Mitchell has picked it up. And he's got an offload. Oh, it's a knock on there on the 30-meter line inside of the Indigenous half, so it's going to be a Maori scrum. National Sports Live and going to say Maori going to win 30-24. I would love a game that close, and I'd be really as I was like, I think I said, because there was some voting thing on the match center that I'm using for the bottom thing of the score, and I think it was like 58% that the Maoris were going to win, so from fan voted, so it's gonna be interesting to see here. Okay, Luai's now run onto the 20 for the first tackle. And there's Fafita. And they're inside the 10 now here, the New Zealand Maoris. Right on the 5 metres out. Luai. To get off to Benji. Just give it off to big Russell Packer. So we're on the 4th tackle now. It's a good strong tackle there by the Indigenous, as it's on the last tackle here. Oh, it's a long ball. Oh, what a back ball! And it's it's gone forward pass. Oh. Walker with almost a a Benji Marshall behind the back pass, but it said it's gone forward. Oh, that's unfortunate. Very good ball. Fortunately, it was a bit of a lateral. So now the Indigenous now have possession of the ball on their 15-metre line. Oh, it was an offload here. Just going to check to see if there are actually any Knights players. I think if I'm correct, Saifiti is playing. Or is he still the Nice Eyes? Good run here. Last tackle here. Just short of the 50. And it's a high boot up. It's going to be a pressure on Mary's, and it's a great catch. Just gonna... And it's a set restart. Also, the new rules are going to be in, so it's going to be interesting to see if there's going to be any 2-point field goals. And it's a penalty here for the Maoris. I swear I saw Saifiti was in the team for the Indigenous. Illegal wrestling was the penalty. On the 40-metre line is the restart of the set inside the Indigenous half. As we are 5 minutes into the first quarter of this matchup. That was a good little play. Walker now. And he's been swarmed by 3 players who are going to try to drag him out, and he's been dragged out. Jesse Ramian, absolute big boy strength, is able to bring Walker out. It's going to be a scrum here for the Indigenous All Stars. Just looking at the camera, it genuinely looks like it's nearly I think it's actually a sellout, actually. It's a really good looking crowd compared to what the weather was earlier. Oh, that's right. They are implying the new rule, so when the ball goes out, they can do a quick play the ball instead of a scrum. And it's a set restart again here for the Indigenous All Stars. The Indigenous All Stars have now... That was a quick power ball, chip over the top, but it's going to go out, and it will be a scrum on the 10 for the Maori All Stars. Or a tap restart, sorry, they've changed that rule. I forgot about that. They can bring it to 10, 20, or centre field. Didn't know that rule. 10 metres from the line, 20 metres from the line. Or centre field. Okay, that's fair enough. I was about to say, I'm like... When they mean by centre field, they didn't mean halfway, do they? But no, we're all good. I think probably the best thing, though, what I'd like to see for the next match is actually, for the next one they do, maybe next year, is have it in New Zealand. Fisher Harris now. As the Maoris, this is the last tackle, 35 metres out. That's a chip up. And Ferguson has mucked it about, and the Maoris have gotten the possession back inside the 10, and a set restart is impending. This is a big chance here for the Maoris. This will really test the Indigenous defence here, 8 minutes into the first quarter. And it's another set restart. Another set restart here for the Maoris. So it's a second tackle there. Marshall. Fisher Harris. He's a big beefy boy. It's Marshall now. Tries to get a ball to tackle without a ball penalty. No, it's a knock on. And it's going to be a scrum feed to the... Oh, it's a... Okay, so it's a knock on against the Indigenous All Stars. And it's going to be another scrum. A scrum and another set for the Indigenous... to the New Zealand Maoris. I find it a bit odd because... in terms of using the term Indigenous All Stars for the Australians, it's like... It's a bit hard. It's a bit hard to say. It's a bit of a... Tackled in the opposition 20. It's 9-0 in favour of the Maoris. And Lewis kind of held the ball. It's given to Tarpity. Lloyd off to Benji. It's a good set of play here. Oh, it's a good defence there by the Indigenous team. And Luai. Oh, it's almost a bullet ball to Walker, but it's been just gone out, and it's going to be a possession for the Indigenous team. That was a really good play. But it was an absolute bullet of a pass, but it's just gone past him. Just mistimed it, unfortunately. And errors are 3-on-3 here. Possession 81% in favour of the Maoris. And it's a set restart here for the Indigenous team as they're about to cross into the 40. So next Saturday, Charity Shield. At Mudgee. Hell, might try to go to that. You know, you never know. Bit of a vloggage. Well, it was a bit of an interesting tackle set up there by the Maoris as the third tackles have crossed into the Maori half. Paige Taylor saying, is this real or fake? And it's a 1-on-1 strip here. Yeah, this is... I'd hope to think this is real. Paige Taylor. So Walker just loses the ball and it's a 1-on-1 hit. Is it a foul or what's going on? Oh, it's a knock-on. Tension's starting to rise a little bit, I've seen. There's going to be a scrum feed here. I believe it's probably going to be for the Maoris. And it is. It will be for the Maoris. It's rather odd. It's going to be a penalty here. There's a fight. Oh, it's getting handbags. There's handbags going on at the moment. Tension's a bit heated. I just looked at the KO stream and it turns out that I'm 14 seconds behind, so I've just added it up. So yeah, bit of elbows, a bit of handbags, as it's a pressure on the neck penalty for the Maoris as they enter the Indigenous half, and someone's getting wedgied. I feel like it's going to be Isaac Luke with the ball to Benji. Oh, Luai with a... Luai's looks pretty good, to be fair. He stood out to me so far. Fourth tackle now. Benji with the grubber. Oh, that's surely a foul on the runner. It's gonna be a penalty here for the Maoris. Is it a professional foul? Penalty, and he gets shoved off the run. That's a professional foul. I don't... Oh, that's... So it's a obstructing kick chase. It's going to just be a penalty. That's an interesting call here. And Isaac Luke is going to... They're just going to do the tap. Six minutes until the end of the first quarter. It's another chance here for the Maoris to get some points on the board and to Indigenous to show their defense. It's another set restart for the Maoris. Maoris being pressed back to the 10. For some reason, the stream's not going too brilliantly for some reason. It's been buffering a little bit. Oh, and big strength. They're going to try to drag him out. Yeah, he's been dragged out. I feel like he was already on the ground. He just got picked up and dragged over. Was he fully on the ground? Oh, he's on his ass. I don't know. It is also a good testament to the fantastic defense from the Indigenous team. You look at the tackle stats, 76-27 in favour of the Indigenous All Stars. Maoris were tackled 19 times in the Indigenous 20, and the Indigenous haven't been in there in the opposition 20. Ferguson is improving his defence. That is very true, National Sports Loaded. He's got potential of being a really big threat this season if he plays like this. Last tackle here for the Indigenous, right on halfway. It's a big boot up. Absolute massive swing. Swing on that one. I thought it was just going to go straight up, but the wind must have picked it up. 3 minutes 40 remaining in the first quarter. Still 0-0. Need to keep my arrow on the Chrome thing so we can actually update the match center at the bottom. Fourth tackle just about to cross the halfway mark. The Maoris. It's a set restart. No worry. The Indigenous team need to be in the next quarters. Need to really be careful of not getting rid of these set restarts. Luai now. Got to go for a quick start. And they're in the 10. There's an offload here. There's Luai now to Benji. And it's been dragged down into onto the 5 on the 4th tackle. And there's a knock on. It's going to be Indigenous are hanging on here. There's Topine. Topine had a bit of a bobble restart. So it's going to be a scrum feed here on the 10 in Indigenous half. With 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. I think the actual quarter will actually come in at a good point, really, of there being hopefully not a lot of the tension can maybe sizzle and settle down. 90 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, as the All Stars have now reached halfway. Oh, if there was a pass there out to the winger, he could have gotten a mare as Latrell's held on the 40 in its last tackle. It's a big bomb up. And it's a penalty to the Indigenous team. That's exactly what the penalty. Fogarty had a late challenge on him. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was a bit late. Indigenous hardly getting any possession. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that. Are they going to go for the 2? Penalty late contact. Yeah, I'd just go. I go for the 2. To go potentially. Yep, they're going right in front, 15 metres out. Just go for the 2 to close out the quarter to make it 2-0 in front. Because so far at the moment, the Indigenous need any points they can get at this point because the Maoris have been in very much control. But the Indigenous defence has been holding up really well. Like the Andrew Voss quote, if he misses this, I'm going to run on the field nude. As Jamal Fogarty is going to go for the 2. It is kicked it. So at the end of the first quarter, it is 2-0 to the Indigenous All Stars. A very passionate, so you can say, first 20. Question is, though, how long is this quarter time going to go for? May only go for like maybe a couple of minutes. It's gonna be. I don't know, but the way it's playing out, I wouldn't be surprised if a team gets a try and that might be the one that that's going to be what decides it. I wouldn't be surprised if that actually happens. So Oh, Brave just said first half instead of first quarter. Numpty. We'll definitely say, though, even though they have been very high pressed from the against the Maoris, but the defense, especially on the wings for the Indigenous, is really good. Like Blake Ferguson's having a blinder so far on the defensive end. Nope. Just got an ad on my phone. Okay, both teams are coming back on, getting ready for the second quarter of the game. Oh no, the time is still going, so it's saying it's the 23rd minute because it's still got the half rhetoric, but not a quarter. It's still the 20th. So I'm just going to switch it off, so hopefully that at some point they do reset it. Looks like I think the weather's stopped really. I don't think there's much rain going on at the moment. It's just rather humid at this point. Russell Packer. Fucking hell, he's a fucking scary looking bloke. He looks like the oh, there's this Japanese wrestler who's like Miro Suzuki. If you don't know what he looks like, I'll try to get a picture of him. He kind of looks like Packer, and it's fucking scary. So kickoff is about to come on for the second quarter. I'm just going to check to see if they've... No, but still on the 20. They're still going on if it's a half. It'll be the Indigenous kicking off for this first half. And kickoff is off. We are underway here for the... Ignore the time. I'm just going to check because I can't. It's really small. It's still. Oh no, it says 20. Okay, they have reset it. So fair play to them. They have fixed it up. Good stuff there by the Fox Sports Match Centre team. You're doing really well tonight. Packer now. It's third tackle now here for the Maoris as they cross onto the 30. Tarpany's also a player who's getting a fair amount of the ball. He's still going. He's on the 40. He's got big boy strength at the moment. It's going to be a drop here from Benji. Bit of a banana. But it's landed straight in the hands of Latrell. Latrell hasn't had... To be fair, I think Latrell hasn't had that much possession. Oh, Blake needs to be a bit careful there. Almost just snubbed the ball. So yeah, it's very Sorry, I was just messaging somebody as the Indigenous crossed the 50. I really need to learn the names because the only players I'm actually or maybe a little bit of a shepherd there, but it's a last tackle here for the Indigenous team. They're going to kick from the 40. Oh, that was a very late hit. Oh, and it's a bit of a stuff up here. And the Indigenous, if a feeder with a grubber, Indigenous has still got the ball with a grubber. And the Maori's got to get it away, and the Maori's grounded it. Wow. That could have been an absolute ridiculous try, but I feel like... So it's going to be a goal line dropout here for the Maoris, but wow. Fafita with the grubber on the ground. Fogarty gets absolutely clarted. Target. Fafita with an absolute beauty of a grubber. That's why he earns the money that he does. There's a goal line dropout here. It's gone 50 metres. It's landed straight to Fogarty. Oh, here we go. Big boy clash. Oh, meaty. Big beef. Now Fafita now. I'm only calling the names of people that I actually recognise. I know Fafita, and I know Latrell, and I know Benji. Just shows how much of a... Oh, it's a knock-on. Oh, it's gone backwards. And it's passed all the way along to Ferguson. And it's been dragged out anyways, but I'm fairly certain that was a knock-on. Yeah, it's a knock-on by Latrell, and it's going to be a scrum for the Maoris. Wow, what a passage of play of attack for the Indigenous team. I'm still lactating over the Fafita grubber off the ground. Mate, sign him up for the Jets. Just checking, yeah. Oh, it's a big tackle. And it's a penalty for the Maoris. Fafita jumps the gun. I'm liking Fafita at the moment. Fafita's looking pretty good. As Maori's now back into the half of the Indigenous team. And Marshall. Bit of play to Grubber, but it's gone straight to Latrell. Oh, there's a ball on the field. I thought it was a streaker. And Ferguson, oh, he's very quick off the mark. I honestly would think, could Ferguson beat Addo-Carr in a foot race? I think pound for pound, because probably Ferguson weighs a bit more than Addo-Carr. I think he'd be pound for pound like the most athletic player in the NRL. Last tackle here on the 30. Oh. Oh, it's a penalty here for the Maoris from a bit of a strip ball. Indigenous can't really be giving away these kinds of penalties. A watch brand. Just checking it. I don't... Oh, it'd be very amazing if I didn't have audio. Oh, it'd be very amazing if... Yeah, okay, we're good. Luai gives it off to Marshall. Luai and Marshall, I think that's a really good pairing, to be honest. Who does Luai play for? 20 from the line. Second tackle. Jerome Luai. He's 5'8" for Penrith. He looks like a really good player. Oh, it's a knock on. Again, the defense of the Indigenous team is holding on at the moment. Just got to do something quickly. It's going to be a scrum feed here for the Indigenous All Stars. So there's a scrum on the 10 again. 23 times the Maoris have been tackled in the opposition 20. I don't think the Indigenous... They have been inside the 20. I just say there's been a tackle been made in there. Oh, and Blake Ferguson has made a bad... Oh my god. So Blake Ferguson has made an incorrect play of the ball. He hasn't put his foot on the ground, and it's going to be a changeover. It's a bit harsh, but that is a new rule. As the Maoris are now back into the 20. But the big defence here by the Indigenous team. Oh, and it's a knock on here. The Indigenous are hanging on. Absolutely fantastic defence here being played. And the rain's starting to come down now as well. There's going to be another scrum feed here for the Indigenous team. To be fair, though, in terms of the... because of all the time the Maoris have been inside the Indigenous 20, there hasn't been, like, an actual, like, clear-cut chance where they really almost scored. It's all just been extremely, really solid defence by the Indigenous team. For feeder. Big, and it's a set restart here for the Indigenous team. Marshall's coming around his chin. Hey diddle diddle! Yes, Andrew Voss just said hey diddle diddle. Oh, I've got to let people know about this. Oh, there's a chance here for the Indigenous team, and they've entered the 30. Fourth tackle. Oh, short side, Latrell! Oh, nice dude flick, but he's run out. That was a really good chance there for the Indigenous. It's going to be a play of the ball here. Vossi just hit us with the hey diddle diddle. I just had to let people know that Vossi just hit us with the hey diddle diddle. I mean, all fair play to him, really. It's the Indigenous team now on the 20. Just under 9 minutes now remaining in the half of the second quarter. But it'll be the end of the first half. Oh, that was around the neck. And it's going to be a penalty. Sadler with it gone a bit around the neck. Oh. Jerome and Luai getting a bit... Oh. Oh, yeah, it's around the chin and the neck. Yeah, it's a penalty. Can the Maoris can they get the first try of the match? How close am I to the screen? Because I'm sitting like here. Is my face just... No, it's alright. Oh, it's a long ball. Still got the ball here with the Indigenous. I mean, the Maoris. Isaac Luke now tries to break through a gap, and they're getting close here now, the Maoris. And it's a bit of a held up there, and it's going to be last tackle here for the Maoris. Indigenous defence really holding up well at the moment. Luai now to Marshall. Marshall with a ball to Walker. Now Luai trying to get a grubber in. And Ferguson has whapped it out. Whapped. But Ferguson's able to clear it out. It's going to be a drop kick here for the Indigenous All Stars. It was a good spatial awareness there by Ferguson. Could the defence just be too good for the Indigenous team? Too good for the Maoris, I mean. Isaac Luke. And it's a dislocated finger here for one of the players. Oh, it's a chip over the top! Oh, what a beautiful take. Oh, wow. If that just went a little bit further, that would have been a straight catch up. Oh, hang on! There's handbags! It's a penalty to the Indigenous team, but there's handbags at the moment. I don't know what's happened. It's a shoulder charge. Let's have a look. Or, yeah, that's a shoulder charge. Musgrove with a big old shoulder charge. They're going to have a talk here. Could there potentially be a sin bin here? Is on. Musgrove apparently said he's made a shoulder charge to the shoulder charge, and it's connected to the head. So Musgrove is on the bin. He's in the bin now. Yeah. So they're going to play for a man down for the rest of this quarter. So this is a real chance for the Indigenous All Stars to get some points on the board here. A bit of a risky ball, but good defence there by the New Zealand team if they've got a player down. Oh, another big hit. The Maoris have stepped up their aggression here after going one player down. It's another offload here. Oh, they're bloody going in for massive tackles here. They're definitely pressing X right now. It's a kick up high for Walker. Oh. 3 minutes 40 remaining here in the first half. It's still 2-0 to the Indigenous team. I've just realised that my mouse cursor has been on the It's a bit of a grubber up here, and it's going to be caught here by the Indigenous team. It's a penalty here for the Maoris. Two minutes left here in the second quarter. There's a big boot there by the Maoris, and it's going to be on the 30-metre line of the Indigenous half. Be a great opportunity here to score for the Maoris. I mean, they are one player down. So Luai now coming in. Big press now. They're 20 metres away now. The Maoris. Oh, and it's a failed dumb bloody ball, but Indigenous have gotten the ball back here now, and it's on a zero tackle now. They're back near the 40, and it's another lost ball here, and now the Maoris have got it back. Very, very good play here by the Maoris, especially with one player down from a sin bin for Musgrove. 15 metres away now, the Maoris on the second tackle. 15 metres away with just 1 minute remaining here in the second quarter. He's lost it again. Another knock on by the Maoris. And it's going to be a scrum feed on the 10 for the Indigenous team. Got to give fair credit to the Maoris. Even though they're being one player down, they're still maintaining massive pressure against the Indigenous team. As 5 seconds remaining, it's going to be run out for half time. And there goes the siren. It is half time after 2 quarters. It is still 2-0 to the Indigenous team. We're going to just take a little bit of a break, and then we'll be coming back for the third and fourth quarters of this matchup.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.
Okay, we are coming back now. Just getting ready. Bang, we are ready here for the second half as the Maori team has just come out onto the field. So we're getting ready now for the final 2 quarters. What is this noise? Here we go, kick off now. I don't know what's going on. I keep hearing this bloody... And I just heard it through the headphones. This water drop. I need to stop to figure this out. Anyone hearing that? That's really weird. It's just you hear this random sound of water dropping. I don't know what's going on, to be fair. As the Maoris now have possession of the ball. 2 minutes already gone here from the third quarter. As the kicks come from into it's Indigenous team. So I'm trying to figure this out. It's rather weird. It's rather odd. Sorry, I'm not exactly paying full attention as the Maoris, the Indigenous team actually now have possession. Oh, it's a bad ball. And back past the 40 for the fourth tackle. Oh, Ferguson now. He's on a run here. Still down the line with a grubber. Oh, but it's been picked up there by the Maoris. Oh, it's a big charge there by the Maoris. Fourth tackle now as the Maoris trying to press past halfway. Oh, it's a high tackle. Oh, there's a bit of a head clash here, but the Maoris have still got possession. Gone for a chip over the top of the Indigenous, have gotten the ball back up. Oh my god, oh, it's 10 minutes in the bin. That's right, it's not 5 minutes. So the Maoris have still been playing with the man down. Oh, it's a big chance on the... Oh, good pass. Oh, he couldn't break through there. Oh, it's a big ball for a grubber. If anyone's going to be there. It's booted away by the Maoris. And it's going to be a goal line dropout. It's an absolute big play there. So it's very good play there. So I got the volume mixer set up because it's just a really weird thing about this whole drop. Can the Indigenous get a try here? As the Maoris now got their equal team as Musgrove has come back on. Another set restart here for the Indigenous team as they cross into the 20. They finally getting some tackles inside the opposition 20. So I don't think they barely got any in the first half. He's trying to push in. Sadler's been held up. Third tackle here. Oh, bit of an interesting ball. And Zagrubble trying to get in for a... Fergie tried to get a grubber there for Blake Ferguson, but wouldn't get it. Mary's gotten the ball back here. They're breaking tackles here at the moment, the Maoris. And it's another knock on. And they're going. There's a knock on here, but there's going to be a challenge here by the Maoris. He's caught that. So it's come off his knee and flicked up, but I feel like he's caught it. Oh, he's caught it. It's not hit the ground, so it's still... So it's regained the possession, so it's going to be a successful challenge here by the Maori, so it's going to be their ball still. Big group of people outside. So that's is that a successful challenge? It should be a successful challenge, surely. Yep, it's a successful challenge. So it looks like a knockoff on here by Ferguson. The headphones have officially bricked it, so they are out of here. They've officially bricked themselves. I think that was on Chrome. It's a very interesting thing saying as the Maoris now. Trying to break through, try to get some points on the board here. That was a big ball, and it's down. Is it a try? And the referee's given a try. So they're going to try to review it here, but the Maoris could have scored. Absolutely big play there. Oh, fuck's sake. There we are. So the Maoris have gone over and it's been given a try. I might have to end it here because I'm trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. Sorry guys, but there's just too much technical difficulties going on. I have to end the stream early. I'm sorry, but